So I'm just doing a little checkout on this, on the new 904. A little leakage around the oil cap, and probably the gas cap. Probably need new gaskets. I've got those. I'll put new duck bills in both of those. These clutch covers are, a lot of them are cracked or broken, or they're going to be, because of age. This one had cracked, so somebody did a repair on it. It's not pretty, but it was very solid and stopped any further damage. I don't know what they used, but they did a good job. Fortunately, I bought several of these old style the 5/16 studs. The 3/8 ones are closer together and bigger around, so these are real hard to come by. I think this one might be next to the last one I left, but I bought 3 or 4 of these at a good price. So I'll strip this one down and paint it. Paint it. And that one's brand new, so that'll be one less thing I have to sand down. Looks like it's got a good recoil on it. I'll have to put new coating on this. I've been using Plasti Dip spray and just putting 10 or 20 coats on, but I may look at something that's a little thicker that I can put on. But this will get a complete restoration, and I'm just hoping like heck that Joe will have or make some decals for this. These XL-904s are a different bird. They have the choke, and like in the 904 and the 901, I don't know many others, but there probably are some others that have the choke lever here rather than back over here on a pull. This is the choke here for this, and this is a real strange bird. The 901 and this 904. Now I think they had these on some other saws, but yeah, the choke goes right into here and opens and closes that butterfly. And then there's your compression release right here for the compression release. And that looks like it's working. It's got the deflector on it. It looks like it's seen better days. I think I have another one of those. But yeah, the 904 was missing out of my collection. Basically, I'm only collecting Homelite auto oilers. But with the XL-901, which again, it has that choke over here. It's not the rod, but it's a lever, and it's even stranger of a bird. Both, I think the 904 and the 901 were 1 year only saws. So yeah, this choke lever comes from here over to here, and it's missing the little bushing. Yeah, it's missing the little bushing in there, but it goes through the deflector over to here, and then opens and closes the choke here with a little wire. Now I think that's an add-on, but we'll get the right part on that. But this is that choke with the lever here going across was another different one. These saws were made in '68, and '68 was a transition year. It was the end of the last year for the 850 and the first year for the 900s. So it was the 901 and the 904 and later, and maybe the 903. And then in '69, I think the 923, 924s came out. But you can usually tell the earlier the saw. This one is a '68, but it has the manual oiler, and it's here, down here. Some of the old manual oilers, the automatic oilers were on the side, but yeah, this is my only manual oiler other than the Super XL-67, which is a Canadian-made 1 year only saw. But I'll probably hold on to these two. My problem really is that on my 904, it does not have a serial number tag, and I generally never buy a saw without a serial tag. I mean, that's just a general rule. But if they're vinyl and I can get a reproduction of it that's exactly right, I would. But generally, if they're metal and I get this, I don't. So I guess I'll tell everybody what I'm going to do, and there's nothing wrong with what I'm going to do. Both of these saws are 68 saws. I'm going to peel this sticker off of here, and I'm going to send it to the paint shop, and I'm going to have them blank out that one and put a 4 in there. And I'm going to use that on my XL-904, and when I come across a junk 901 that has a serial number tag, I'll grab it, or if I find one before, I'll use that, because I won't find a 904 ID tag. That's probably a given. So anyway, here's just a little walkthrough on the two new saws. This is maybe 64, 65, I don't know, but both those, this 901 does not run. The top end is completely damaged, and it looked like somebody put a brand new cylinder in it, and piston and rings from what I saw from the previous owner. But I noticed that the rings were, the pin on the piston was facing the exhaust, and so were the open end of the ring. So we all know what happened there. The piston was put on backwards, and the rings caught into the exhaust port area, and the rest is history, so they say. But I have a real good used top end piston and cylinder and rings that I'll put on that, and I'll end up probably keeping this. I really have an affinity for the 901. It was one of the first saws I had, and I sold it to a guy in North Carolina. I wish I wouldn't have. It was in real good shape, and it ran good. But I bought it because my very first year, or less than a year that I was into collecting Homelites, I went to Mike Akers' site when I saw the 901 for sale in Tennessee, and it said in his site that the 901 was an automatic oiler, and that's what I was going to collect. So I bought it, but when I got it, I found out it wasn't. And the only way to turn a manual oiler into an automatic oiler, which I don't really approve of doing, because just buy an automatic oiler, but I could replace the case with a 900 series automatic oiler case and paint it up as a 901 AO. Could even stamp it as an AO, and that's a possibility. Might even do that. If I get feeling froggy, don't have anything better to do, I might make a 901 AO. Sounds like a good idea. So a couple other projects. So again, I went and I found the original bar for this XP 1020 automatic. I just restored a Super XP 1020 automatic, and I found this up in Kansas for cheap, under 100. And so I bought this, and it runs good. And then I found a original XP 1020 bar. It's a 27-inch 404 by 63 bar. So I bought it. It wasn't cheap. I paid more for the bar than the saw. But this will be my next on the restoration, probably, because it's ready to go and to strip down and refinish. It'll get a new bar stencil and complete rehab like the Super XP. That makes me, I think, 5 or 6 of the big square saws, the 1050, the 1020s, the 2000, 2100, XP 1130G. I might try to find an XP 1130 direct drive as well pretty soon, but yeah, I'd like to have a full complement of big squares, because I have a lot of 900 series. I have the VI 922, 944, 955, two 800s, AMs, 870, 850, and XL-902 AM, XL-903, XL-904, Super XL-902, 923, 924, Super XL-922, and Super XL-925. There's VI right there. So I have a pretty good complement of the 900 series saws. So I'd like to get a good complement of the big square saws, and a couple more would be in order. They're just getting really hard to find unless you can throw a buttload of money at them. That's it.